Hey, T Child, welcome back to Tea Child with T. Hey, y'all. All right, now, if you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button because we're about to spill some piping hot tea, honey. All right, we got celebrity news. All right, we got Cardi B showing off baby brim, and fans are going crazy over what they spotted on her finger, honey. Porsha Williams is dealing with an FBI investigation after that Delta flight incident. Kandi and Todd, divorce rumors are swirling, and much, much more. Let's get into it, y'all. So grab your tea, grab your water, grab your drink. Let's get into it, okay? All right. Okay, so let's pull up our girls. We're gonna get right into it, y'all. We're gonna go right into it. Let's get into our Cardi B. It's up first, okay? So Cardi B finally gave us what we've been waiting for, okay? A full look at Baby Brim. So let's get into it. Let's look at Baby Brim, okay? All right, let's pull up Baby Brim. Cutie pie. Let's see here. All right, there we go. So yeah, she gave us a full look at Baby Brim and the adorable Patriots outfit. She did. Yep, but you know what, y'all? While everybody was looking at the baby, they were cooling all over Baby Brim. Eagle Eye fans noticed something major on Carter's left hand. When you say, what now? The ring that looks suspiciously like an engagement ring, y'all, and Stefan Diggs being the father and playing for the Patriots, the timing is very interesting. Now, Cardi hasn't confirmed anything yet, but you know how Cardi is, honey. She keeps us guessing. The ring is right there in the photo, and fans are analyzing every single angle. Is she engaged or she just wearing jewelry? You know they're talking about it. Some people are saying it's definitely an engagement ring based on the placement and style, right? Others think she's just accessorizing, right? And we're reading way too much into it. What do you think? Okay, let us know. But before you do that, I want to say this one thing. I think it could definitely possibly be, yeah, we're speculating, okay? I'm speculating. It could definitely possibly be an engagement ring, y'all. It definitely could be that. But the deal, why they're probably not saying anything is because, Cardi B is not divorced yet. She's still going through her divorce proceedings. And if that is an engagement ring, I imagine once she gets through the whole process, then she'll say something to us. I imagine, right? That's just my guess. That's what I think. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think it's an engagement ring or no? That is it on that, y'all. Okay, so now let's move quickly on to the next, honey. Let's get on to our girl, Porsha. Okay. Now, so y'all, if you don't know, honey, Porsha Williams, well, she was caught up in a whole flight situation. If you don't know about that, we're going to get into that, right? Well, the thing about the FBI just cleared her. There are no charges. The investigation is absolutely closed. Her attorney confirmed she was verbally assaulted and did not engage physically. Now, let me show you both sides of what went down. First, we're going to look at one side and we're going to look at Portia's side. Okay? All right. So let's get into that. Let's get into this. Her side first.
I'm not very good, sir, and you?
Good. I'm Officer Brumand. I work with the Atlanta Police Department.
Great.
So I heard about the incident that happened, but I haven't heard your side of the story.
I didn't hear my side of the story first, sir.
Well, I had another officer
Oh, okay. Well,
spoke to you, but I just want to hear it
and do you
personally.
think it's proper to me tell you the whole story where everybody's sitting around here, they can all hear it?
No, ma'am. If you want to be private,
I think we should be private,
Okay.
sir. This is an assault
okay.
matter.
You want to come over?
Yes.
What do you want to? Yes, ma'am. Where do you want to stand?
Anywhere that there's no people.
Okay, you want to go over here?
Is there no office? Is there nothing legitimate here?
No, there's no office here.
There's no office.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to know? The whole story?
What's your phone number? First of all, where did the incident happen?
I was sitting in my seat
Where?
in Delta Airlines, seat number 3A, or B, I believe.
This happened in Las Vegas
Yes, sir.
while the plane was still boarding.
No.
The plane was in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was taking off.
Just
why the flight attendants couldn't come help me from her beating, because they had to be buckled in.
Okay, so what happened?
Before I say anything, I want to know, is my information going to be given to the woman who assaulted me?
No, ma'am.
Because I'm afraid for my life.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
It's not.
I was sitting in my seat. She was the last passenger to come on board. So when she came on board,
Atlanta, Georgia is in the eastern
she said, I'm in that seat. I said, no problem. I jumped up, got far away from her so she had plenty of room. She had to put stuff in the upstairs thing. I understand that. Took plenty of time. Sit back down. We never spoke other than that. And after about 25 minutes of her on Instagram, full blast, every time she would flip, because apparently it was from a loud place, I jumped because it was so loud. And so I waited 25 minutes, give her time, let her do whatever she needed to do. And then I said, am I going to have to listen to that the whole time? And she said, do you like it? And I said, no. And she said, well, I don't like the way you asked me. I said, don't put this on me. And the next thing I know, there was a fingernail so close to my eye that I thought I was going to be physically attacked. She had I don't want to do it to you, sir. She had her hands in my face, screaming, calling me crazy, on and on and on. So now the flight attendants can't come help me because they're strapped in for this takeoff. My phone is sitting against my leg on my lap. So I take it to video to try and protect myself. And as soon as I go like this, she takes her hand and goes like that and throws my phone. And everybody sees the phone go down the end of the whole airplane. And the flight attendant told me he saw her knock it out of my hand. And that's assault. And so I'm 70 years old.
So she actually knocked the phone off your hand?
You're damn right she did.
Okay.
I didn't drop it.
All right.
Here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid she's going to have me killed.
So can you do me a favor? Can you write me a statement of what happened?
I certainly can. I have it written down in my phone.
Can you just jot it down on this bit of paper? You want to sit somewhere private over here?
Hi, how are you?
All right.
Good.
What's up?
So we're actually scheduled to pick up Miss Porsha. That's why you're here?
No, ma'am.
No?
I'm here because there's an altercation on the flight.
Yeah, she hit somebody on the flight.
Somebody hit somebody on the flight.
Yeah,
Who's Miss Porsha?
the lady who hit somebody.
So where's the flight?
They might put it on too. Okay, thank you. So she is the one that was involved in the altercation.
And where's the flight though?
Right here.
Oh, the flight is here already?
It's coming into B4.
Oh, it's coming in?
Coming in, yeah.
Oh, they didn't tell me
but
that.
It might be on B2. He just said that they might change the gate. But as of right
I'm not very good, sir, and you?
Good. I'm Officer Brumand. I work with the Atlanta Police Department.
Great.
So I heard
The lady who was sitting next to me, I was on my phone, and the volume was up on the phone. And she turned to me out of nowhere, and she said, so you're going to make me listen to that the whole flight? And I said, well, do you want to? And she said, no. And I
so you
said,
listen to what?
am I going to make her listen to my phone?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I said,
this is before we took off.
yes, even before we took off.
So you guys were in Las Vegas when that happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
The plane was on the ground?
Yes.
The door was shut? It was? Okay.
No, the door wasn't shut. People were still boarding.
People were still boarding?
She was
okay.
texting me.
Okay, I couldn't tell.
Okay.
So she was like, are you going to make me listen to that the whole time? I said, well, do you want to? And she said, no. I said, well, it was a nicer way to say that. And she said, bitch, you don't tell me. And I was like, are you okay? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just telling him what happened.
You were using your phone. It was
Yes.
loud.
Yes.
And she complained about the loud.
She asked me, do you know? Thank you so much. She, so the music, the Instagram was on, and she told me, am I going to have to listen to that? And I said, well, do you want to? And she said, no. I said, okay. And then I said, well, it was a nicer way you could have said that, And then she says, what? She's like, don't talk to me. And I was like, are you okay? From that point on, she said, who the do you think you are? And so I said, oh, no. I said, y'all need to get her out of here. Please get her away from me. And so then when she, she tried to take her phone record, and she drops her phone on the floor. She's like, you hit me. Oh my God. You hit me. You just hit me in my face. Oh my God. I'm pressing charges. I want you to be in jail a lot. And I'm like, what's happening? So the stewardess.
Oh, so her phone dropped on the floor. You didn't slap the phone from her hand?
No.
Okay.
So then the steward comes over, and then the steward says to her, says to me, because I say, get your ugly here, because then I'm upset. Then the stewardess says to me, you're an adult. You can't, you're an adult. You can't be cursing like that. No, and I said, why are you chastising me? Like, this woman is the one going crazy. So then they end up making her move to the next chair with the guy. But she was irate, so they were trying to hold her because she didn't want to move. It's like she wanted to move but didn't want to move. So as you can see, they had to pull her.
She was at the window, or she was at the end?
So she was in the row. I'm sorry.
She was in the aisle. And where were you? You were in the middle?
I'm at the door in first class. There's only 2 seats.
Only 2 seats. Oh, you are the window, and she's at the aisle.
Yeah.
Okay. So you telling me there was nothing physical?
No.
It was just verbal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, y'all, that's what went down. I want to show you the 2 videos so you can get both sides of the incident that occurred on the plane. As I previously stated, Porsha was vindicated, all the things. She's so funny because she came out, well, it's not funny, but she came out and she was like, she demands an apology. So we'll see if she gets an apology, because clearly they had way 2 different stories. The lady, you heard what she said. The first lady, she said like Porsha hit her and knocked her phone out of her hand. And she gives, forgive me, but she gives me Karen vibes. That's all I'm about. She gives me Karen vibes. But my really question for you is, y'all, let me ask y'all a question. So do you think if there weren't any witnesses there, do you think Porsha would have been vindicated? Because there were witnesses there. So they were able to say, hey, this is what happened. If there weren't any witnesses, I wonder, what do you think would have actually happened? Do you think she would have been vindicated or what? That's my question about that. I'm curious on how that would have went down, because you heard Porsha speaking. She was telling you how they were kind of reprimanding her, and she's like, I didn't even do anything. So anyway, I'm glad she was vindicated, but that was a whole mess. You're supposed to be on an airplane ride. It was a whole entire mess. Okay, y'all, let's keep it going. Okay, but that was that. Let me know what y'all think about that whole Porsha situation. Okay, down in the comment section. But we're gonna keep on pushing through. And next up, we have a couple that everybody has been talking all over social media. Okay, we're going to talk about Todd and Kandi. Okay, all right. So we'll get into this. All right. So y'all know, Todd and Kandi split up. And by the way, Kandi is one of my favorite people, honestly. Some people don't like her, some people like her, I don't care. But the point of it is, I loved her on Housewives of Atlanta to the point where I stopped watching when they took Kandi off. I'm just going to be real, I stopped watching it. But I was kind of sad to hear that these two split up. I really hated to hear that, but they did. But I guess I'm not surprised. So the thing about it is, I'm sad for them because they're married. I hate to see marriages break up. I really do. But I take that back. I'm really not surprised. I'm not surprised for the first thing is that I'm not surprised because no shade on Kandi, but Kandi allowed all these third-party people to come in their marriage, in their intimate part of their marriage, and I'm just not surprised. Like, to me, you can't do that. But anyway, she did. That's her business, but she did. And I don't think that helped her marriage at all. Also, another reason I'm not surprised is because of all the things he kind of said. Todd was moving real different. He was kind of rude to her. And we caught a lot of that on camera. And then the other reason I figured I'm really not surprised is because their businesses were kind of failing. They were losing a lot of money. And I think a lot of it come from Todd opening up these different restaurants and stuff. And they lost a lot of money, a whole lot of money. Financial issues it's a big strain of most marriages. That's one of the number one issues is money. And I think that's probably one of the biggest issues. And then lastly, the other big issue, honey, well, 2 other ones. The other big issue is her mom. Her mom was a bit overbearing. I know people have said it and heard it, but her mom was a bit overbearing. People, Miss Joyce was like, don't marry him, all the things. But her mom was a bit overbearing. So, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, hi, John. Sorry I didn't catch you there earlier. Hey, John, how you doing? Welcome to the live. So yeah, y'all. So her mom was overbearing, and then lastly, other thing is I forgot what the last one was. What was? Oh yeah, the other thing I'm not surprised too is that when these couples go on these reality shows, y'all ever notice when they go on these shows? They go on these shows and they're happy and all the things, and the next thing you know, because of all the pressure, the outside pressure, the next thing you know, honey, the marriage is out of there. It's too much. It's too much. So yeah, I hate their marriage ended, but no, guess I'm not really surprised. But before let's go a little bit further. I want to look at a couple things that I pulled up. Yeah, okay, here we go. I want to talk about this real quick. Okay, I want to look at some of their comments. And these are just some of the comments and some of how the different fans responded to what's going on and all the things. So we're just taking a look at some of the comments. And basically, I'm not even going to read them all. I'm just going to get into it. Hey, John. Thank you. Hey, Isabella. Hey, honey. Welcome. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the live. Make sure I stop and speak real quick. You're so funny. Look, we're messing with me. Hey, Isabella, well, I'm going to go back real quick. We're talking about Todd and Kandi. We're talking about Todd and Kandi, and these two are reality TVs. They were reality marriage couple, whatever, on Real House of Atlanta, and they're going through a divorce. Okay, y'all so funny. They're going through a divorce right now. Okay, so we're just talking about that. And I kind of already gave my points on what happened with them, so we're going to kind of move on. But just pretty much, I feel bad that they're, splitting up and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not surprised because anytime you start dealing with reality TV and have a lot of people in your marriage, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Yeah. So let's move on, y'all. Let's talk about now the next set of what she say? Oh, okay. Yes. Now, Isabella. All right, we're gonna move on. Y'all funny. We're gonna next person on the docket, y'all. Y'all so funny. We're gonna do a quick roundup. Now, the quick roundup is not detailed; it's very short, honey. We're just gonna talk about just some short stuff. We're never get all up in. We're just gonna talk about, touch on it, and then we're gonna move on. Usher, if you know who Usher is, a famous singer, y'all should know who Usher is, right? So basically, y'all, Usher is dealing with a new lawsuit. The details are still emerging, but it involves alleged contract disputes. So basically, we'll just kind of watch it. I'm not going to go into all the details. Basically, he invested in something. I forgot exactly what it was, but he invested it. They didn't pay him his money back because it was canceled or whatever. They paid him part of his money back, and then they paid him all his money back, honey. And I guess I'm assuming he probably tried to get his money in private. He probably asked them for it. Yeah, he probably asked them for it. Oh my goodness, y'all are funny. He what? I'm gonna start reading the comments. Y'all get me in trouble. Anyway, y'all, he asked him for it, but I'm sure that apparently, I know what they said. They said that that it was tied up. So basically they spent his money. That's what they basically said. They spent his money. So I guess he said, I want my money. I think it was almost $1 million or something like that. Anyway, y'all, I'll keep y'all posted on that. That's it on that. Okay. That's it on that. Now let's get into the next topic. This is called a quick roundup. We don't stay here long. We hit it and quit it. Let's go right on to the next one. Now this is a mess, y'all. This is a mess, honey. Drake and Sexy Red is a whole mess, okay? I'm sorry, I'm already laughing. I didn't explain it. So Drake was spotted on a surprise tennis date with Sexy Red, honey. And I don't know why I got this particular picture, but I did, okay? And honestly, I did not see the pair coming. Like, we didn't expect them, okay? They looked like they were having fun, honey. The internet is having a field day with this one. So how did they all playing? And the reason this is so significant, I'm gonna get into why, is because he used to date Drake used to date Serena Williams. I wasn't gonna go into what I am. Drake used to date Serena Williams, okay? Back in the day. And so anyway, they kind of been going back and forth for quite a while. Someone in the comment section made a comment off these pictures that you're looking at right now, with her rear ear in the air, and said that she was like I don't know, a better version of Serena. I tend to, I'm a woman, but I disagree. Okay, I totally disagree. Serena Williams is a bad woman. Serena is a bad woman. Where y'all been? Y'all acting up in the comments. Now y'all acting up. What did you say? Let me see what y'all saying in these comments. Let's go check out some of this. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So y'all like Drake. All right. Okay. Y'all like Drake. Well, anyway, that's what happened with that pretty much. So they were kind of throwing shade back and forth. No big deal. They just have a history of throwing shade, y'all. Okay, y'all. So what I'm gonna do now, that's all my actual rundown is kind of short and light. But before we go to the wrap up, did anybody have any comments or questions about what we talked about before I do my wrap up? I'll give you a chance. Anything you want to talk about or have any questions or comments about what we just talked about? No? Now y'all quiet. Okay, y'all. All right, I'm going to do the wrap up then since y'all going to get quiet on me. It's okay. But thank y'all for coming in and coming through. I appreciate y'all so much. My T tribe, welcome, love. Okay, y'all. I'm so happy y'all are here. So the wrap up is real quick. All we're gonna do is do a wrap up what we went over. So basically, we talked about Cardi B. We just talked about the fact that she had her baby with Stephon Diggs, right, and everybody thinks maybe he asked her to marry him and possibly engaged, and we don't know for sure. I told y'all my reasons on why I think that's probably the case. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think Stephon asked her to marry him? Do you think so? You asked Cardi B? No? Moving on. Oh my goodness, y'all funny. Anyway, moving on. So Porsha, I waited. Okay. So Porsha, we talked about Porsha, honey, and her flight and all that drama. And she was eating that up. Porsha's a mess. But and then I don't know if they plugged that in. Porsha called that woman her name too, but they didn't put that in there. So that was a whole bunch of drama, and that was wild. But I'm glad everything kind of worked out. Let's keep going, y'all. And then the other part we talked about, honey, we talked about Kandi and Todd. And Kandi and Todd are reality TV stars. They used to be on the Housewives of Atlanta. They're going through a divorce. They've been together over 11 years though, so too bad, right? But again, we're not surprised, but we wish them the best. Moving on. A quick roundup real quick. We just touched on Usher and touched on Drake and Sexy Red. Okay, y'all. Is there anything else? Anybody have anything? Anything going once, going twice? Anything in y'all? Okay, y'all. All right, y'all. Well, T-Tribe, thank you for coming through. All right. That's all the tea I have for you tonight. I'll be back. I promise. I promise, John, I'll be back soon. I promise. At least once a week I'll come live. I promise. But Cardi, we talked about Cardi's whole thing and we talked about all of that. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video tonight, y'all. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. And that's all I got, okay? All right, y'all. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Bye, T-Tribe. Y'all have a good night, okay? Thank you. Smooches, honey. Smooches. Bye.